Hey everybody, it's the Yo-KaiGuy here, and today I'm going to do my top 10 games that surpassed my expectations. Now these are games that I bought, and they've actually surpassed my expectations that go far beyond anything that I expected them to go. So, if you guys enjoy these videos, make sure to leave a like, comment, and if you want to, subscribe, as I upload new videos regularly, and I really appreciate you guys doing so. It also shows me that you guys want me to do more videos like these for you. Alright, starting off the list at number 10. Now these are going to be in no particular order whatsoever. These are just games that I picked out at random. So, let's get into it. This is going to be a top 10, which is actually a top 11 to be exact. Coming in at number 11, we've got South Park: The Stick of Truth. Now, this game is very, very good. I went into this game thinking it was just going to be a typical, South Park humor RPG, and, just all that kind of stuff. But what actually happens in this game is it's so good. It's so fun to play. I mean, you play as kids, and you play as a kid that you make up. It's just something that I find South Park, I mean, it's really good. You play as a character you create. You choose to either be part of the humans or the elves. And the way the game is designed, the way they do magic and all that, and use items, it's so good. If you do find this game for a cheap price, or you want to pick this one up, trust me, this is a game you might want to give a chance. You want to give it a chance. Our next game on the list is Dark Cloud. Dark Cloud is a very fun RPG. It focuses more along the lines of building a village that evil genie has destroyed. The game is super addictive, super fun to play. If you do find it for a very cheap price, which you probably will, I recommend picking it up. Trust me, this is a game you'd want to add to your collection, and it's so good. Coming up next, we got its sequel, Dark Cloud II, made by Level 5, which is basically the same one this one is made from. Sorry, I'm dealing with a bit of a cold right now. And anyway, this is a very decent turn-based RPG. You go through dungeons, you can collect monsters to add to your town. You build it up from the past, present, and future, so it has that kind of Chrono Trigger style feel to it. This is a game I really enjoy playing. The RPG sections are nice. The character customization looks awesome. And, I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, this is a game that put Level 5 on the map. Not counting their other games, like Rogue Galaxy, which was also very good, by the way. This game is also really hard, too. I find it to be a little bit harder than the first game. But, yeah, if you do find this one, I recommend picking it up. It's a little bit more rare than its cousin or than its older brother. So I recommend you get this one. I recommend you pick it up before it goes up in price again. I mean, I've seen this stuff go up to price at around 70, 80, maybe 90 bucks for a complete in-box copy. Unfortunately, mine's not complete, so. Next is a game I feel like that just doesn't get enough love as it is, and that's Okami. Now, Okami, I consider this one to be more like a Zelda clone. If you know me, I actually do like Legend of Zelda, but this is one that I find, as I said before, just doesn't get enough love as it is. Okami is one of my favorite video games. It was actually the first Zelda clone I actually picked up, and was my all-time favorite. The Legend of Zelda, I had two choices. I either chose to get Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess or Okami, which I chose Okami, of course. This is got this game brand new. You can barely find the PS2 versions anymore. There was also a Wii version, which is supposed to be really good. Yeah, but as I said before, and I think I've said this again, but I'll say it again, this just doesn't get enough love as it is. If you do find this game for the PS2, I recommend you pick it up. Trust me, this is a game you might want to get into, and the art style is fantastic. So, yeah, as I said, it's basically a Zelda clone, and I recommend you check this one out. Next is a game that actually did surpass my expectations very well, and that is Disgaea II. Now, Disgaea II is is a tactical RPG, and it's focused on collecting certain monsters, certain characters. This is a game that's made by NIS America, which is responsible for making the RPG franchise, or RPG Maker franchise, actually. the the game is very good. I recommend picking the number 2 version up. I also have version 5, which features very good animations. It's tactical, and it takes you back all the way to like the tactical style RPGs that we know and loved from the SNES era. So yeah, if you do find it, I recommend picking it up. Our next game is a Batman Arkham style game, and that is Mad Max. Now, Mad Max, I actually went into this game not knowing what to expect, and what I found was amazing. At first, I thought it was just going to be a ripoff of Batman Arkham Asylum, but this game is good. Like, holy crow, I can't even tell you how good this game is. I mean, you just got to pick it up and play it for yourself. You play as Max, you get a car that you can customize, fix, and just, man, the fighting mechanics in this game are decent. As I said before, I can't tell you how I feel about this game. If you do find this version of the game, I recommend picking it up. You're not going to regret it. Coming up next is a game I've talked about in my top 5, and it is Monster Hunter Stories. Now, I went into Stories not knowing what to expect, and came out with, oh my gosh, this game is awesome. Now, I'm not a fan of the Monster Hunter series, but Monster Hunter Stories is a game I love. And yes, it is a game I will defend until death. I also have to ask Capcom, why haven't you made a sequel yet? Why? This game is so good. I mean, what more can you want? Riding monsters, battling online, customizing your character. This game is fantastic. It also supports an anime in Japan, which never came over to North America, but it was English dubbed, which the fans did a very good job at. This game is extremely fun to play. It's a very long story. It feels kind of like an open world RPG, like Pokemon. So yes, if you do manage to get this game, if you find this game, I recommend picking it up. Trust me, this is a game you'll want to play. Coming up next is Mega Man Star Force Leo. Now, this was released in 2 other versions called Dragon and Pegasus. Mega Man Star Force Leo is it's an okay game. It's not the best, but it's actually surpassed my expectations. I actually expected this game to be more like a 2D shooter or maybe like a turn-based style RPG, but it was actually pretty good. It entered some or put in some new elements into the game that I never expected to be there. So yeah, if you do find this game, I recommend picking it up. The price is going up. Yeah, if you do find it, I recommend picking this one up. The price is going up as far as I know. So yeah, just make sure if you find this one, pick it up before the price goes up again. I might pick up the second or third one. So yeah, hopefully. Our next game on the list is Legend of Lagina, or Lagina. I can't pronounce that. This game, I went into thinking it was just going to be a typical RPG, and it is somewhat that. But it's also a fighting game where you press different combinations on the D-pad and you can fight just like you would in Tekken. This game had a sequel on the PS2 called Disgaea II, and Legend of Lagina is, well, it's a decent RPG. And it's very long. It supports a really big manual right here. Yeah. This one here is a very fun game to play. I recommend picking this one up. The graphics aren't really as good as you would think or on par, but it's still a very good game. And even still, and what's more, the armor you equip will actually appear on your character. So yeah, if you do find this one, I recommend picking it up. Our next game on the list is Dragon Quest VII: Fragments of the Forgotten Past for 3DS. So yes, I did get this game. It's a fun game to play. I thought this game would be very interesting to play, since I like Dragon Quest, but it surpassed my expectations. I mean, it kind of has that Chrono Trigger feel to it. You go back to the past to change stuff that happened, and then an island gets added to the map, so you can explore that island in the present, and it is so good. Monsters can join your team to become more powerful. Well, they won't join your team, but they'll join an area where you can find items and certain equipment. Yeah, this is a game I would recommend to anybody interested in Dragon Quest or Chrono Trigger. Pick this game up. You're not going to regret it. Coming in at number 1 is Tail Concerto. I went into this game thinking that it was just going to be a typical RPG. Well, it's not, surprisingly. This is a platformer game. In this game, you play as an anthropomorphic canine officer named Waffle, Rhymebred, and you go around and arrest other anthropomorphic animals. This was a very decent RPG, not an RPG, it's a platform. I keep saying RPG. This is a platforming game that allows you to just go around and help out citizens, solve their problems. You go around and collect certain items. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd put this at a 9.5, just right under Super Mario 64. I mean, yeah, I'm actually putting it up there with Super Mario 64, which is, by the way, my favorite platform game of all time. This one right here is fantastic. If you find this game, I recommend picking this one up. Trust me, you're not going to regret this. This is a game that you should play. You should just simply play this game. And anyway, guys, that's it. Once again, if you enjoy these videos, make sure to leave a like, comment, and if you want to, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.